good, YouTube? You know who it is. Chris Jones, represent Physiques of Greatness. And you know what time it is, man. I'm over here cutting, trying to get my cuts back so I can bring the sluts back. But I'm telling y'all, man, as we all know, you know, you can have great arms, great chest, great lats, calves, all that good shit. But we all know, man, we all know some of us be in denial. I've even been in denial myself once upon a time. You know, I was one of those guys, you ain't gotta have no six-pack. That's for little pretty boys. You ain't gotta have no six-pack. It's all about the mass. I do agree. It is all about the mass. But you gotta have somewhat visible abs to get the respect. Like the old school saying goes, man, if you can't see abs in the off season or in the season, you still can't consider yourself a bodybuilder. You ain't gotta be super shredded, but you gotta have somewhat visible abs when you flex. Somewhat visible, man. I'm telling you, cuts and veins will drive the hoes insane. I'm telling you, man, you gotta have tight abs and a tight waist if you want hoes to catch a cab to your place. I'm telling you, man, a strong core will make a whore want to come back for more. But anyway, this is what I'm doing on my current cutting. My ab routine will change soon. I'm going to share this with you guys. Let me know what you think. So the first exercise is going to be the decline bench crunch. This is not a decline sit-up. You do not let your back touch the pad as if you were doing a sit-up. Come down to where your upper back is almost parallel with the ground, and then you come back up, contract the abs by blowing the air out of your mouth, and you're gonna be just fine. Do not come all the way down. I cannot stress that enough. You're gonna hurt your back, especially if you're doing like me and you're holding it way across your chest. It's really a crunching motion. That's all it is. It's a decline bench crunch, not a sit-up, all right? And just watch the video for a few more reps and get a feel for it. And there you go. Also, the next exercise is gonna be the knee bends. Real simple. You might have heard people call them the knee tucks or the hanging leg raises. I've heard several names for this shit, but I call them the knee bends. Same thing, man. All you gotta do is come down, bring your thighs parallel with the ground, try to hold for half a second to get a contraction, and then bring it on back down. As you see, I got a 10-pound dumbbell between my feet to give it a little bit more of a challenge. That way I ain't gotta do 30 and 40 reps, you know what I mean? I try to keep the reps between 15 to 20 on everything I do these days. And as you see, I hold it half a second. I control the motion on the way down, on the way up. You ain't gotta do a million fucking reps. Real simple. Real good for those V cuts. And the last exercise right here is the straight leg raises. Real good for those Ken doll cuts. It'll get you lots of sluts. You know how Brad Pitt got that little V cut at the bottom. Of course it comes with lower body fat, but this right here really targets those lower abs real good. Just try to control your legs on the way down and all the way up. Legs don't gotta be perfectly straight. Again, about 15 to 20 reps. Okay, now let me try to answer a few questions I know a lot of y'all gonna have. How many times a week do I do this? As of right now, I do this twice a week. Alright, now once I lose a little bit more weight, once I get down to about 190 pounds, right now I'm 199 pounds. Once I get down to about 190 pounds, I'm going to step it up to 3 times a week, alright? Now people are going to ask me, what about obliques? Do I not hit my obliques? Again, I'm not going to start working my obliques till I get to about 190 pounds. A lot of people are under the misconception that you know, you'll get nice lines in your obliques from actually working them. That actually comes from having a lower body fat percentage. And believe it or not, those exercises I just did, they actually hit the obliques to an extent. That they don't hit them as hard as you would if you were to do some twisting crunches or some side bends, but they do hit the obliques. Really, all ab exercises hit the whole abs, you know what I mean? It's just that, you know, some movements gives more tension in certain areas more than others, you know what I mean? And if you do like heavy compound movements like squats, benching, pull-ups, deadlifts, the obliques are actually contracted isometrically anyway. So I'm going to wait till I get to about 190 pounds where I lose a little more fat off my waist, and then I'll start banging them bitches out. Any more questions, go ahead and comment below, and I'll be happy to respond. Don't forget to like my shit, comment, subscribe, holla back at your boy.